Welcome back to Mr. Chan's math class. Yeah! Alright, based on what we know about distribution and factorization, let's have a look at this example. In exams, how do I get this back into this? And that's the objective of today's video. Let's have a look at distribution first. So let's start with the first item, x. Alright? X must times into the brackets twice, right? X times x and x times 3. X times x. X times x is x to the power 2, right? X times 3 is plus 3x. You are done with the first item. The second item in the first brackets, we're going to multiply them into the second brackets again. So 2 times x and 2 times 3. Very lucky we all have positive, so we don't have to worry about sign changes. So let's go. 2 times x is plus 2x. Okay? 2 times 3 is 6. And that is the end of distribution. In algebra, we don't want to leave things that are similar like this. We have to group them, right? Grouping the like terms. So 3x and 2x, they are like terms. We have to combine them. Let's add them together, right? X squared, there's no other x squared to combine with. There's only one. There's only 6, so we can't do anything with these two. But these two, I can combine into 5x and plus 6. Now here comes the trick of today's lesson. This is the most important part of today's lesson. How do I get from this line back into this line? Okay? That process is called factorization. Okay? This requires deep learning and deep thinking. So please follow me carefully. Okay? How do I get 6? Well, 6 comes from 2 times 3. So we are going to reverse engineer how we got the 6. Because when I see 6, I need to ask myself, how do I get 6? Well, 6 comes from this multiplication, 2 times 3, right? So, how do I get 6? Well, it's 2 times 3 or 1 times 6. Because these are the only two combinations that can give me 6 when they multiply, right? First thing. Second thing, how do I get 5x, positive 5x? Well, that's the combination of 3x and 2x. This is the formula that you need to remember. What are the two numbers that multiplied together will give me 6? And when I add these two numbers together, they will give me 5. Okay, so if you think about it, 2 and 3, 2 times 3 will give me positive 6. Right? And 2 plus 3 will give me 5. Let's contrast that with 6 and a 1. Okay? To get positive 6, both of them needs to be positive. So 6 times 1, yes, that will give me 6. But if I add them together, 6 plus 1 will be 7. It's not the one we want. That's why we cannot use 6, 1. We have to use 2 and 3. And that's why when we factorize this expression, we have to write as x plus 2 and x plus 3. 6 is broken down into 2 and 3 because they multiply to get positive 6. And when they add together 2 and 3, I will get 5x. Okay, you need to do a whole bunch of examples to practice these techniques because sometimes when we have negatives, then the combinations are more than 2 or 3. So this is not easy and many people don't get it because they don't practice enough. So all I can say is to get good at this, you have to practice at least 200 examples of different signs. All right, ask your teacher for a worksheet to practice factorization, which will impact you greatly in year 10, 11, and 12.